Thank you for talking about Havertz. I'm so grateful as a German national team fan that you guys revived him. It means the world to me.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Football Showdown channel. I'm your host Suchit with a fresh new video for Arsenal versus Bayern preview show. Before we get into the video, I have a small request for all you guys. I'm trying to hit 500 subscribers as soon as possible. I'm already on 261 subscribers, so I'm on the way to hit that mark. So I need your help. So keep subscribing, keep liking, keep commenting, and keep sharing all my content with your friends, with family, with well wishers as well. But if you are already subscribed, thank you so much for all the help, for subscribing, for liking, commenting, and for sharing all my content. Today, the video is about the road to Wembley 2024. Arsenal have gotten into the quarterfinals after 14 damn years. It's been a while. And who do they face in the quarterfinals? It is their nemesis, Bayern. The last time Arsenal have been in the Champions League and got out of Champions League was because of Bayern, the 10-2 history. Today, we're yet again for another video with a Bayern fan. But he's just not a Bayern fan. He's been my friend since fourth grade. We play tennis together. He's beaten me once or twice or even more. I don't even remember. It's been that long. But we've been in contact for so long. We've even watched the World Cup final together. We even made a video about it as well. You can check it out on our Instagram. This dude has been a really good friend of mine, probably my best friend before we separated and went our paths for school and for university. So let me just get you guys to that host, my friend, good friend, best friend, Vignesh. Hi Vignesh.
Hey Suchi, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah. So well, we are here for the preview show. Let's start with the Bayern situation. How is the Bayern situation? What are your opinions? What are your honest opinions about it?
Right. So I've been following Bayern for a long time,
Hmm.
and I have to say personally, my opinion, this is definitely our worst season for sure.
Hmm.
In the past, we've gone
Hmm.
trophyless, no doubt,
Hmm.
but this year it's just different in the sense that the iconic Bayern mentality
Hmm.
is not there in the players.
Hmm.
That's how I would summarize, the season for us.
Okay. I think it all started from the fact how Nagelsmann was suddenly sacked. It was probably the shock that was across the entire football fraternity. Like nobody thought Nagelsmann would be sacked for no reason. Then your entire board also being sacked or being like kicked out. Like and then Tuchel not being the best choice. But I don't know how that happened. But what are your opinions about that? How did that all happen?
Yeah. That's exactly where it began. And I feel like we're just paying for our sins right now
Hmm.
because it was really shocking.
Hmm.
I didn't, everybody said Nagelsmann was having a bad season. I don't understand
Hmm.
because we were actually amazing in the Champions League.
Hmm.
We won all our games, conceded only one goal.
Hmm.
And in the league, we were, of course, at that particular time, we were second, but we weren't completely off points like we are now from Leverkusen. We were
Hmm.
1 point away from Dortmund back then.
Hmm. Hmm.
So it really came to a shock why the previous management led by Oliver Kahn did that.
Hmm.
And I mean, immediately they realized it was a big mistake. And the OG board, which
Hmm.
is Uli Hoeneß and Karl-Heinz Rummenigge, they came back.
Hmm.
They took over the club again, and now they're again restructuring it. That is why they didn't immediately remove Tuchel.
Hmm.
They have given him the notice period until the end of the season, so that a new manager can come in and start fresh.
It's funny how you said the board has given Tuchel the notice period and not then Tuchel telling that he wants to leave and he's like officially declared himself like how Xabi from Barca said that I'm going to leave at the end of the season. Uh,
Right. I mean, definitely the news came as Tuchel leaving, but
huh,
the reality is, I mean, we all know what happens behind the scenes,
true.
and I'm pretty sure that he was forced to make that
Hmm,
statement, if I'm
hmm,
not
hmm,
wrong.
hmm. Just for clarification, did Bayern win the Bundesliga last season under Nagelsmann or was it under Tuchel? It was under Tuchel only, right?
Yeah, when they won it, it was under Tuchel. They did.
Huh.
But I mean, he was not completely arrogant about it for sure.
Hmm.
He gave his respects and his credits, the fair credit to Nagelsmann,
Hmm.
because
Hmm.
he was the one who really set up the
True.
entire
True.
platform for them to go to it.
Hmm. Hmm.
We definitely didn't have the best season. In fact, Bundesliga was supposed to go to Dortmund.
Hmm.
They even thought that Dortmund would beat the team, and like, they even had the original trophy in Signal Iduna
Exactly,
Park.
exactly.
And Bayern had to celebrate with the replica.
Hmm.
So it was that was just very hilarious and magical. Even I ended up laughing. I didn't really celebrate that win. I was just like, wait, what happened?
Yeah.
How is that possible? But yeah,
Hmm.
we've been humbled this season,
Hmm.
that's for sure. No doubt about
Hmm.
that.
I mean that the last season when you guys won the Bundesliga, I remember like many fans around the world wanted Dortmund to win, not because they're a fan of Dortmund, more like I think they were bored of Bayern winning the Bundesliga, and then the entire story
Yeah,
that came out that how the original trophy was at Dortmund's home, and the replica was at Bayern's home, and then Kingsley Coman's this one record still stands that whenever he has played football for a club. Uh, where all did he play? Bayern, PSG, and Juventus. He has never lost a trophy.
Juventus.
He has
Yeah.
never gone a season where he has not won a trophy. So that is also standing. Now with the new
Yeah.
board that has been appointed, with Tuchel almost certainly leaving, are there any transfer rumors that you think should be done, or like some players that need to be confirmed to come into the club, or need to leave so that there is a fresh new core group that the new manager could come and take over and like build on that mentality that Bayern are always known for?
Right. So, with the advent of Tuchel leaving,
Hmm.
we can look at it as two ways. So the first segment would be like player transfers.
Hmm.
Of course, the biggest rumor right now is Alphonso Davies leaving the club
Hmm.
because of the entire wage structure and
Hmm.
how he wants, a bigger opportunity financially.
Hmm.
And in Bayern, a lot of people don't know, but they have a payment structure where they don't want to break it with the big players, regardless of how big you are.
True. True.
That is the reason if you see a lot of big players when they become stars
Hmm.
and when they have a lot of traction across Europe, they end up leaving Bayern Munich. That's what happens in a lot of cases. So
Hmm.
I would say Alphonso Davies would definitely or most likely is leaving.
Hmm.
I don't see that not happening.
Huh.
With regards to the manager,
Huh.
a lot of rumors going on. The biggest rumor right now is Julian Nagelsmann could make a surprising return.
Huh.
And the rumor has been confirmed by so many credible sources around Bayern Munich
Hmm.
and the Allianz Arena.
Hmm.
So that's a really interesting take.
Hmm.
Personally, I would love to have him.
Hmm.
Great guy,
Hmm.
very very good tactician. That's very important at Bayern
True.
Munich.
True. True.
He's also a Bayern fan since his childhood,
Hmm. Hmm.
so he knows what the club expects and what the mentality is. So
Facts.
he would be a great choice from my opinion.
Hmm. Hmm. Makes sense. Makes sense. But um, I mean, there have been rumors that Harry Kane might leave at the end of the season if he doesn't win at the Bundesliga, or the Hurricane curse that wherever Harry Kane goes, a trophy is almost a guarantee that you are not going to win. Be it with England, be it with Spurs for so many years, in spite of scoring 30, 31 goals almost every season consistently. So you think it will be a huge hole in the team if Harry Kane leaves, or you guys will cope up with getting a better striker again, probably from Dortmund, like how you always get someone from Dortmund?
Right, that's a good point actually.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I think Kane is not leaving.
Okay.
Because of course he's just joined and
Hmm.
you don't want to really leave a club in one season
Hmm. Hmm.
because I feel like he's really settled and in this aspect alone
Hmm.
I empathize with the Spurs fans a bit
Hmm.
because I understand what they went through in the sense that he puts up an amazing performance
Hmm.
with goals and assists but
Hmm.
unfortunately doesn't get converted to
Hmm.
trophies.
Hmm.
So I really hope the Kane curse is not true,
Hmm.
but if it is, then we have to find some way to break it.
Hmm.
So I feel like Bayern is not the kind of club who will just throw a player because of
Juju's and
the
all, yeah.
the
Huh,
you know the
huh.
source, the Julius around him.
Huh, huh.
So I think his personal challenge he could take up is probably step up the game and
Hmm.
help us win the trophies for himself and also for the club,
Hmm.
no doubt.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I feel like Kane will stay,
Hmm.
but even if he doesn't, like in case he leaves,
Huh.
what you said was absolutely right. Historically, Bayern has always had an iconic number nine.
Huh.
We need a number nine
Huh.
for sure, regardless, right? No
Huh.
matter what. And I'm talking since Gerd Muller's era,
Hmm. Hmm.
the legendary Gerd Muller.
Hmm.
We've always had that classy number nine because that just too like it suits the Bayern way, right?
Hmm.
So if he leaves, then yeah, we really need a number nine for sure.
Hmm.
Like there's
Hmm.
no doubt
Hmm.
about that.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Speaking of stepping up, right? When Bayern face Arsenal at the Emirates, who do you think will be the issue when Bayern are like facing Arsenal, like who do you think is going to cause issues to Bayern? Who do Bayern need to like take care of so that they can win or like at least get a result at the Emirates?
Declan Rice. Declan Rice for sure. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
de-
that is not something which you generally hear, guys. Like I think around the world will generally say Saka or Martinelli or some other obvious player, but to actually hear Declan Rice from a person who knows football for a while and been watching football as well. I think in Bayern put in a bid to get Declan Rice to Bayern if I'm not wrong. Yeah, exactly makes sense. So.
Yeah, there was during that time there was rumor. Yes.
Why Declan
So
Rice? Yeah.
yeah, I think I mean, so yeah, coming, so like I said initially, Bayern has been missing that mentality.
Hmm.
That is something which Arsenal has,
Hmm.
thanks to Mikel Arteta.
Hmm.
He's doing an amazing job
Hmm.
at the club,
Hmm.
fighting for the Premier League and still not out of the Champions League. And there's a high chance you can even go to the next round, right? Be- So coming back to Declan Rice,
Uh,
I think he's a complete player.
hmm.
People will first tag him as a defensive midfielder.
Hmm.
And then you realize he's in the box, making those attacking runs, giving these amazing through balls and whatnot. He can do everything out there.
Hmm.
So I have high praises for him
Hmm.
because I feel like he has the ability to control the game,
Hmm.
or you can call him as the powerhouse of the team
Okay. Right.
because he gets to decide the rhythm of the game. Like in case, let's say,
Hmm.
in a situation where Bayern are going on the high press,
Hmm.
he has the ability to kind of stabilize the situation, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
At the same time, when he feels that Bayern are playing a little loose,
Hmm.
he can instigate the attack. He can make the game more pacey
Hmm.
if he need to be.
Hmm.
So I think he has that control in the ability,
Hmm.
which comes to my main point, saying that if Arsenal beat Bayern in both the legs and proceed further, it is because of your midfield.
Hmm.
That brings to my second crucial player for Arsenal, which is Martin Odegaard.
uh, I can't praise you enough, man. Like like, the number of times I've heard stock names like Saka, Saka, Saka. Like, tell me someone else. Like, genuinely tell me someone else. And then you said, then you said Declan Rice, and then you said Odegaard. Thank you, man. Like, I'm really glad you said those two names. Not because I've
Yeah,
not not.
I'm sure.
Uh,
Right. I'm sure Real Madrid regrets selling him. I'm pretty sure about that. Like, I mean, they have to at least a little bit. Like, I don't know, man. He's amazing talent.
hmm, hmm,
It's phenomenal that,
hmm,
at such a young age he gets to be the captain and he's such a good leader.
hmm, hmm,
That's very important in every team.
hmm.
You don't want somebody to be a leader just because of his talent. He
True.
has to kind of gel well with the
Hmm,
team, keep the team together. And
hmm,
that's what I really like about Arsenal.
hmm,
That's your X factor, I would say.
hmm,
The upper hand you have over Bayern Munich is your mentality of not you know,
hmm,
just letting go of a win just because you conceded a goal or something like that,
hmm, hmm,
Yeah.
hmm.
So those are the two players for me.
I think Madrid will not regret Odegaard. I think they will regret not cashing in big amount for him. We've only signed him
Right.
for like
That's
what,
another way to put it.
35 or 38 million, and then we got him for what,
Hmm.
5-year contract plus a year to extend. I'm sure he'll extend for more for another 4 years with a new contract. I'm really sure of that. So I think in terms of regret, I think Madrid have compensated that with with Bellingham, with Camavinga, with Chouameni. Yeah, I don't think they completely regret it. I think the money they could have made of Martin Odegaard
Right.
is the only thing they would
That's
have regretted. So yeah, when Arsenal face Bayern, in my opinion, I think we can do something to the midfield and we can somewhat like stop the attack. But the one player that Arsenal should be very terrified about is your goalkeeper, Manuel Neuer. That dude is almost a decade younger than my dad, but still so good on his feet, so good with his reflexes. Like there's a famous saying, De Gea could save. I'm not saying the exact words because my mom watches the show sometimes. De Gea could save the Titanic. Well, Manuel Neuer could probably stop an asteroid hitting the Earth. He's that good, Manuel Neuer. So, in my fear factor would the obvious choices would be like a Muller or Musiala on his good day or Harry Kane because of his track record against Arsenal. But I think Arsenal have a team that could stop them. But to get past Bayern to score those goals, I think it's very important that we somehow break that wall that Neuer will create. So I think, in my opinion, Neuer is my fear factor when facing Bayern.
I mean, that makes a lot of sense because he
Hmm.
pulls up these impossible saves.
Hmm.
Especially in the recent years, Bayern have played PSG multiple times,
Hmm.
and we all know about PSG's attack. How they have too much pace with Mbappe and
Hmm.
Neymar and stuff. When
Hmm.
Neymar is there,
Hmm.
so these guys come in for attack. We think, okay, it's a great counter. This is probably going in, but then Neuer comes up with this impossible save from
Hmm.
absolutely nowhere. So yeah, it's really crucial for him to
Hmm.
be in the team because of the rumors of him being injured and
Hmm.
may not playing the UCL. I'm a little concerned because he didn't start against Dortmund. It was
Huh.
Sven Ulreich who played him.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I
Hmm.
really hope he's fit and he comes back.
Hmm.
So yeah, let's see how that
Hmm.
goes.
Hmm. Well, that's a few factors. Next thing that we want to go is and discuss about is the combined 11 that Arsenal and Bayern could make up with. Before we go there, if you are still watching this, do comment down below about who do you think are the fear factors that Arsenal might face when facing Bayern, or who do you think Arsenal should be aware of when facing Bayern. So the combined 11, Vignesh, we will go with the formation 4-3-3. I think that is pretty obvious. And before selecting
Yeah.
our combined 11, let's strictly follow the rules. One, they have to be fit enough to start a game. Second, their form needs to be good. Fair enough?
Yep. Sounds good.
Good. Goalkeeper, I think without a doubt, it will be Manuel Neuer. No discussion. If you say David Raya, I'm still going to fight you. There's no doubt about that. I'm going to fight you if you say David Raya. So Manuel Neuer. Right back. I'm putting Ben White. What about you? Do you agree or?
So currently, right. So currently for us, our right back is Kimmich.
Hmm.
And the reason is because although he's a midfielder,
Hmm.
for the national team also he plays right back.
Right.
That being said, his current form has not been the OG Joshua Kimmich that the world sees, right? So, and I saw Arsenal's game against Man City, and I think Ben White was the MVP
Hmm.
in my
Hmm.
opinion because of his excellent performance, work rate, and how he kind of controls the game and sees it for the way it
Hmm.
is. So I would agree with you by putting Ben White on the right back.
Okay, you agree. Centre back pairing. I would go and put Margules in spite of whatever the other position is, because Margules has been world class this season, at least domestically. Uh, UCL we have not seen much because, to be very honest, Arsenal haven't faced big teams or teams that will score a lot of goals. Yes, Porto game was there, but again, Porto game, it was a clean sheet at Arsenal, so you could almost say that he had a good game there. But I think Magalhaes has been world class. The other centre back, I would debate, but I would put Saliba. I would still strongly put Saliba next to Magalhaes. Do you have an option that you think should be Magalhaes' centre back pairing instead of Saliba?
Right. So I would say Matthijs de Ligt.
Hmm.
The reason I say that is because so Bayern has had a very funny defensive lineup this
Right.
season. Of course, they signed Kim Min Jae from
Hmm.
Napoli, the star centre back,
Hmm.
and we started off with Upamecano and Kim Min Jae because De Ligt was injured.
Hmm.
That was combination one.
Hmm.
Going well,
Hmm.
and then suddenly what happened? Form
Hmm.
dropped. So they wanted to try something
Hmm.
new. De Ligt was back instead of Kim Min Jae, so De Ligt played with Upamecano.
Okay. Huh.
Then they were doing good.
Huh.
Upamecano's form
Huh.
dropped. uh, Kim and Jae had come in. They were going with that until winter break.
Okay.
After that, the Asian AFC Championship
Hmm.
happened, so Kim Min Jae went for South Korea,
Hmm.
and that's when we signed Eric Dyer.
Huh.
Upamecano's form still wasn't at the
Huh.
best, so when they tried the Delict and Eric Dyer combination, it actually worked out.
Hmm.
So that's been the centre back combination that's been starting for us in our last, I would say, 6 to 7 games.
Hmm.
So keeping all this in mind and giving Delic's experience and the iconic, defensive stats which he put up against Mbappe last
Hmm.
season,
Hmm.
I would definitely strongly put like Matthijs Delic as one of the centre backs.
Hmm. Fair enough. I mean, the kind of experience that Delete has in the UCL when compared to Saliba or Margules is none. I remember when Ajax went on the dream run where Delete was probably one of the crucial members, along with De Jong and rest of the players. It was just crazy. You know what?
Yeah.
For sake of being a good host, for sake of being a good host, you know what? And also fair enough. Delete has been a good player. I genuinely wanted Delete at Arsenal after that amazing Ajax run. So I would go with Delete as well with Margules. I'm hope we are not discussing about Magalha's position.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's been great. No, I don't have any issues with that. Yeah.
Left back. Let is Alphonso Davies fit enough to play games, and is he in form?
Yes, I would say he is in form
Hmm.
and he's also fit. The reason I say it is
Hmm.
because he has that speed factor which a lot of players don't.
Hmm.
So it's always crucial to have Alphonso
Hmm.
Davies in your
Hmm.
team because he can speed up the game. He can kind of control the pace of it, especially on the left
Hmm.
flank.
Hmm.
So yeah, I would definitely start the game with Alphonso Davies.
Huh. Fair enough. Then you know what? Without a doubt, I thought of putting Kivior in that position. I would I would just simply go with Alphonso Davies because it's Alphonso Davies. He wanted to play as a
Yeah.
right wing, if I'm not wrong. But then when he was called up to play as a left wing, a left back position as temporarily, he's been there performing. He was won the treble playing as a left back as well. During COVID, if I'm not wrong. Was it during COVID when he won the treble?
Yep.
Exactly.
Yes, it was. It
So
was doing.
he's world class. Definitely with his move to Madrid, I think that also says how good Alphonso Davies is as well.
Exactly. Yep.
Midfield. You said Declan Rice is your fear factor. I think Declan Rice automatically is in that team.
No doubt.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
The other two midfielders, who are you going with? I want Odegaard to be there, but do you have any other options that you want to talk about?
So a lot of Bayern fans are going to hate me for this, but definitely Odegaard deserves that spot, to be honest.
Hmm.
The reason I say that is because, so right now Bayern's midfielders, I would say, are
Hmm.
Kimmich, Goretzka, Leimer,
Huh.
Konrad Leimer. All three doing wonderful, no doubt about
Hmm.
that. But again, they have not been as consistent as we expect them to be in Bayern Munich.
Okay.
So keeping that in mind, since one of our factors was
Hmm.
form, definitely I would give like Declan Rice and
Hmm.
Odegaard the two
Hmm.
spots, but the third spot definitely goes Thomas Muller, my opinion.
Fair, fair. I mean, that midfield looks crazy, right? Like Declan Rice, and then you have Odegaard, and then you have, yeah, it's just crazy. Honestly, it would be a dream for any manager to have that midfield, to be honest. Um, Left wing. I'm putting Martinelli there, but to be very, very honest, he's not fit. That was one of our criteria. So if I put Jesus as an option, again, Jesus is not fit to start game. He did play the City game, but he's just like coming into his thing. So he's not in form, though he's fit. So what options do you have as a Bayern fan?
Right. So Surgeon Gnabry has just come back from this huge
Yeah,
injury.
yeah,
So
huh.
for the last couple of games,
Hmm.
he's been coming in as a sub. They're not starting him
Hmm.
yet. So I don't expect him to start the Arsenal game. However, something good what Tuchel has been doing is
Wait,
he's
wait,
been
wait, wait,
starting
wait, wait,
jump.
wait, wait, wait. Did we both personally forget the fact that Nabry is coming back to the Emirates as a Bayern fan?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We forgot
Oh
this
yeah.
entire thing. I mean, he's come to North London to traumatize Spurs, but he's
But
never come back
yeah,
to.
he did.
He's never come back to the Emirates, has he?
No, no. He was not there during that 5-1 that thing. No, no, no. He was not there.
Holy shit! Okay. Okay, well, there is a lot, there is a lot on stake. I didn't even realize that point. Okay, okay, ha, ha, ha. Well, going by the discussion, left wing, Nabri, go on.
Yeah, so normally, ideally, you would put him there, but then he just come back from an injury, so Bayern has not been starting him yet.
Huh,
But what they've been doing is they've been starting Jamal Musiala on the left side.
right.
At first, you're all like very skeptical about that because he's more of a number 10 guy, in the middle. But then he's been absolutely phenomenal because
Hmm,
now he gets more amount of space
hmm,
and he comes attacking from the left flank.
hmm,
So he does a really good job there. And
hmm,
at Bayern Munich, he has that freedom or the ability to kind of pivot,
hmm.
into the middle, and you have suddenly Muller moving to the wing, and then Sane comes to
Ha,
the
ha.
left. So they do this nice, rotational
Hmm,
play, I would say.
hmm.
So we don't have a fixed left winger, but if you ask me, I would put Jamal Musiala over there.
Fair, fair enough.
That being said, if Martinelli was well fit in
Huh.
form, then I would, yeah,
I think
he would go
I
there.
think
Like
it
he's
would be
been,
a good debate then
yeah,
because Martinelli, right, this
mm,
season he's not having the output like how he had last season with goals and assists, But this season, I think he's been working harder than last season because defensively, whenever there needs to be a player that needs to get it off the other team, he's just running from the left wing, from all the way attack. He's coming to defense and getting the ball. So it's like his dog work is crazy, his hard work is crazy, but the output is just missing. But like I said, he's not back in fitness, nor is he in form after just starting and coming off the bench. So I think I will give it to you, Musiala. Right wing, I think without a doubt it has to be Saka. If Leroy Sané was doing good, I think the headlines would be about Leroy Sané, especially.
He's not in the form. Yeah,
Exactly.
he's not in.
The whole point of City letting go of him and easily replacing him was for the fact of his inconsistency as well. So I think
An injury-prone player.
injuries as well. So I think without a doubt it should be Saka as our right wing. Agreed?
Yeah, agreed. Because Sane has been good this season. Now, instead of being that goal scorer and attacking, he's more of a playmaker.
Okay.
He's been pulling up a lot of assists this season. He's doing good for sure. But, you know, Leroy Sané could do so much better. We saw that in Man City. We've
True.
seen he even won the PFA Young Player of the Year award at City, right? So he has so much more in him, and we just hope that he taps into it more sooner than we hope, you know.
Fair enough.
So yeah, Saka on the right wing, no
Saka
doubt.
on the right wing. Striker. You want to go Jesus or do you want to go Havertz or do you want to go the kind of obvious choice that we're going to go with Harry Kane?
So yeah, I will still say Harry Kane because he's our number 9, like star player. You know, the thing about Harry Kane is sometimes when he plays a striker, he's not just striking. If that makes sense, like he's either completely switched off or he's completely on. Like he's absolutely extreme. So what I really hope for him in this match is I want him to get inspired by the fact that he's back at the Emirates. You know, he's back in a similar territory which he's been in. He needs to kind of use that as a motivation and up his game. Because against the Dortmund game, he was actually kind of switched off, right? He didn't do so well. And we know Harry Kane, he's not just a pure number 9. He also has the ability to, assist goals and create amazing chances. So I really hope he does that. But yeah, my choice would be Harry Kane because he's coming to a familiar territory.
Fair enough. Like with the world-class striker, not having trophies is probably a is a crime. But I guess it's just the curse, and it's just very unfortunate. I've never seen such a story, to be very honest. I mean, Vardy, after having a late bloom, like when at the age of like 27 or 28, has the Premier League, has an FA Cup as well before Harry Kane, in spite of Harry Kane having more than 200 goals already. So it's just crazy. So
and also, thank you for talking about Havertz. I'm so grateful as a German national team fan that you guys revived him. It means the world to me, and especially that match where you guys give him the penalty and he gets his first goal. That was top class. That was really nice. It's so nice to see him back because when he was at Leverkusen, I tell everybody like, hey man, this guy is the real deal. Like he's going to destroy teams in the future. Because when we used to beat Leverkusen back then, 3-1, 4-1 and stuff like that, he used to be that guy who gets the goals for Leverkusen, being an attacking. So it's so cool that although he dropped his form at Chelsea, he's back now and he's getting there. And he's a first team player now at German team. So that's off to him.
I'll be very honest, right? When Arteta, I would say Arteta because I'm sure this player came to Arsenal only because of Arteta. I'm sure there's no other reason why Arsenal wanted Havertz when Havertz was in such a decline. I did want him because I used to banter my best friend so much to a point where he didn't talk to me for like 2 solid days. Like there were no memes from him. There was no banter between each other. We had a group chat. He never responded to my messages on the group chat as well. Like solid 2 days I gave too much shit. Then when we signed him, you should have seen the smile on his face. Like, oh, you're getting Havertz. But now I can proudly say that I'm really glad that I gave him the time since he wore the Arsenal jersey. I'm really happy that I'm not been on that bandwagon saying that Havertz has been shit or he'll be like as world class as Beckham. I just gave him time. I'm enjoying the fruits that I'm getting right now. But yeah, kudos to the guys who always believed him since the days. He started at Leverkusen. Remember our common friend Richin? Even he said that at Leverkusen, Havertz was a top class talent as well. Even he used to tell me that, dude, this guy at Bayern Leverkusen was really good. And I think even Arsenal were linked to him even when he was at Leverkusen, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, yep.
So yeah, kudos to Havertz himself for putting him in a good spot. So yeah. Any final words? Oh yeah, what are your predictions actually? Arsenal was Bayern at the Emirates. What are your predictions?
So, a lot of people may not know this,
Hmm.
but the Bayern fans are banned from the Emirates
True. Hmm.
for the first
Hmm.
leg.
Hmm.
That being said, it's completely favorable to Arsenal. I would think that they would win 2-1. The reason I'm saying 2-1 is because it's very important for Bayern to get that goal.
Hmm. Hmm.
Even if they don't win the fixture,
Hmm.
getting a goal there
Hmm.
could give them a lot of data and a lot of insights
Hmm.
as to how to tackle the
Hmm.
situation when it
Hmm.
comes to the Allianz Arena.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Right?
Hmm.
Of course, but Bayern has all the quality in the world to win that game also, the first leg.
Hmm.
They have the talent,
Hmm.
but considering current form situation, the more logical bet would be 2-1 Arsenal,
To
I
an
feel.
Arsenal. Since it's at the Emirates, and since Arteta has such a good against Tuchel and the kind of form that Arsenal are in, I think I'm confident that we will win 2-0. It won't be an easy game, don't get me wrong regarding that. I think it'll be a hard fought game if we can somehow break Marouane Neuer's wall. So I think it will be a 2-0 victory to the Arsenal. It will be a huge boost going to Bayern's home after so long. We will have a second part regarding that, but for now, I think at the Emirates, I think Arsenal will win a 2-0 victory. So yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I think one thing we can agree on
Yeah.
is like there is no room for error.
True.
Both teams
Hmm.
are very
Uh,
good in capitalizing on an opponent's mistake.
True.
Both are good in
Hmm.
these
Hmm.
amazing
Hmm.
counters. So anybody makes a mistake, we are gifting the opposition
Hmm.
the
Hmm.
victory over here. So yeah, I think it's going to be an amazing
Uh,
match, super
for
entertaining
sure.
for sure. Because this is not the same Arsenal which Bayern played so many
Hmm.
years
Hmm.
back,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
It's completely different.
Exactly.
What I really love, like, kudos to Mikel Arteta,
Hmm.
is the team management stuck with him even during the downs of the
True.
team.
True. Hmm.
They stuck with Mikel Arteta and they trusted the
Hmm.
process.
Hmm.
That is what is going to be the big deciding factor against Bayern
Hmm.
Munich. The mentality these players have,
Hmm.
you know.
Hmm. Hmm.
So yeah, I think it's going to be an
Yeah.
amazing game.
Well, thank you so much, Vignesh, for being part of this recording. This part of being a part of being this video as well. The new segment, Road to Wembley 2024. Before I give my final remarks, do you have any final words before we sign out?
Uh, Nothing. I think looking forward to play City or Madrid next leg.
Oh, okay. We still have a
Just some
part.
fun banter.
We still
Yeah,
have part two. You wait. You wait. We are
yeah.
still have to go past the first link. You wait. We'll see. We'll see. Well, it's an amazing video. It's been an amazing recording. It's been proper friendly, and I genuinely love it. Like I said, he's been my best friend since fourth grade. Uh, life has gotten between us because of our different paths in life, but here we are recording and putting this video for all the fans out there. If you want to follow him, I will have his socials in the description as well, so do check it out. Like I said in starting, if you guys are unsubscribed, if you guys are not subscribed, please subscribe. Do keep liking, do keep commenting as well, because that is how we build a community. But if you are already subscribed, thank you so much for supporting. Thank you so much for sharing all my content. Until next time, I will meet you soon. Until then, good night, good morning, and good evening wherever you are in the world. Peace. Bye bye.